I don't even know why I'm losing fat anymore. It's just this thing I'm doing just because I'm doing it. And then onto the strength, then onto the power, then onto the speed, then onto get to train what I really want to train. I cannot wait to stop losing the fat and start getting the bigger. Today, continued the progression of reverse band bench with the new upper body format that I'm using. You attach the bands to either the top of a rack or to safeties, pins that you put in above the bench press. And then, as you can see here in this setup, I have the bands attached to the sleeve, wrapped around the sleeve instead of on the actual barbell, just so there's no conflict between the J-cups when you re-rack it. Pro tip is you want to make sure that you load weight on the bar before you put the bands on it. That way the bar doesn't fly off and hit you. Essentially what's happening here is you're deloading as you go down to your chest and then loading as you press up. So the weight that you're pressing actually increases throughout the range of motion into lockout. And the way that I have our band set up, is that I am fully locked out with the entire load at the top and then deloading roughly probably 135 pounds or so, maybe a little bit less at the bottom. You can manipulate that loading scenario based on the band thickness and also the height at which you attach the bands. And you can change the stimulus dramatically by adjusting those two variables. So what ends up happening in a longer set, 12 reps like I was doing here, 15 reps, whatever rep range you want to work in, even 8 reps, is that you find that there's not a lot of fatigue from the bottom portion of the movement. It's really that lockout. So the triceps really get hammered with this variation, the lockout strength, lockout portion of the lift, which is great. Additionally, one of the things I've been using a lot of in training, both for myself and my athletes, clients, are the Fat Gripz. I would highly recommend having this in your gym bag or in your home gym so that you can utilize these with dumbbells and barbells too. But when I've been doing curls and any of my arm movements for the most part with Fat Gripz, and I just got the Fat Gripz Extreme, which are even thicker than the normal Fat Gripz. I call them fatter grips, and I love them. So what I find from a stimulus standpoint is that my entire arms get a better stimulus. And I do actually feel that the muscle I'm isolating, like let's say a curl or a skull crusher or anything, does get worked a little bit more with the Fat Gripz. Like I feel like I get more out of the movement. So, yeah, today was cool. New format with the upper body, which I've notated in the copy of this post, this video, is freaking sick. Like, amazing. I've got a good soreness level, in session pump, amazing. So I think I'm gonna ride this train for a little bit and see how it plays out over the next few weeks while I finish up this freaking cut.